Deoxys, the one and only DNA Pokemon, a star among all hailing from the stars above. But where exactly did you come from?
You weren't always like this, were you?
Wow, and it's got a normal attack, defense, and speed form?
Your Pokedex entry is incomplete. You weren't created by some unknown virus. You were created because of him.
Such a cool Pokemon. Such a lonely Pokemon.
The ultimate weapon. His weapon. It turned you into this. He did 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 this.
There once was a man and a Minior. Neither the man nor Minior knew of each other's existence. This was a man who ended a war. And this was a Minior who became his victim. Who became Deoxys.
One of the most mysterious and elusive creatures in Pokemon history, Deoxys, was created by none other than AZ himself. It sounds crazy, but the existence of Deoxys, why it even fights Rayquaza, and why there are more than one, its origin and purpose, it all begins with the ultimate weapon. It all begins with AZ. If you played X and Y, then you're familiar with the legend of AZ. A king who built a weapon to avenge a fallen friend. Using its power, the friend's life he did mend. But his rage persisted, and wanting to bring the Kalos War to an end, to both the guilty and innocent, his rage he would send. But it was not only the world that felt his hate, as the path it took forever changed a Minior's fate. You see, there are several layers that make up our atmosphere, starting where clouds are seen and going up until clouds are clear. The weapon's blast shot high above any clouds, meaning through the ozone layer and stratosphere this energy would shroud, before turning back around and crashing back down. And the ozone layer is where Minior can be found. But why does this matter? In Deoxys' Pokedex entry, it is said to have been born when a space virus underwent a sudden mutation upon exposure to a laser beam. What we are saying is that this laser beam was the ultimate weapon, and that the space virus was actually a Pokemon, the Meteor Pokemon Minior, struck by the beam of life energy from the ultimate weapon as it flew about the ozone layer, mutating it into Deoxys. The energy behind Mega Evolution is made of the same energy that powered the ultimate weapon, and its power is able to mutate Pokemon, evolving them past their limits. Whether or not you think it affects their DNA, the Mega Evolution symbol is undoubtedly a rainbow-colored DNA strand. Deoxys is the only DNA Pokemon, and its body is composed of a rainbow energy, as evident when it regenerates after getting hurt. But that alone is insufficient. After all, a Minior can't be a virus. So why in the known universe would this even matter? Well, it's this matter that makes up the known universe. And this matter is made up of atoms. Take a cluster of atoms and what do you get? You get what is known as a nanoparticle. And one day, a cluster of nanoparticles mutated and Minior was born. Minior are born from mutated nanoparticles. And wouldn't you know it, viruses are nano-sized and are therefore considered to be naturally occurring nanoparticles. But these were mutated nanoparticles. Well, mutation is a part of being a virus. Viruses mutate and adapt to its surroundings in order to survive. And Minior behave the same way. Minior adapt to the harsh environment of space by absorbing floating debris and creating a protective shell, as, if its core stays exposed, it will soon die off. This is the same as a virus. It protects its core, its DNA, within a hard protein shell, otherwise it would die off. And so in Deoxys' Dex entry, it states that the DNA of a space virus underwent a sudden mutation upon exposure to a laser beam. We can actually read this as the core of a Minior underwent a sudden mutation upon exposure to a laser beam fired from the ultimate weapon. In another entry, it states that it was an alien virus that fell to Earth on a meteor. We can actually read this as a Minior who fell to Earth as a meteor. Minior is the Meteor Pokemon, and it crashed down to Earth, as Minior do, after being hit by the ultimate weapon and mutating into a Deoxys. Deoxys' brain is not even in its head, but in the organ in its chest. That is the mutated Minior, and around it is its new shell. With this, the parallels between Deoxys and Minior become more and more clear. Ever wonder why Deoxys famously approaches the Earth inside a meteor? Well, if Minior can form debris around its body in order to create its shell, its meteor form, then Deoxys, a mutated Minior, would be able to do the same thing, just on a larger scale. This even explains why, in the official artworks present in the TCG and elsewhere, Deoxys is commonly depicted with meteors. But if this is still not enough to suffice, then the relationship between Deoxys and Rayquaza is. For Deoxys being a Minior finally explains once and for all why Deoxys and Rayquaza are always shown fighting, always depicted as sworn enemies. As far as we could remember, it always felt like Rayquaza and Deoxys had a rivalry with each other. I mean, just look at how they're portrayed in Pokemon media. They're fighting in the TCG, they fight in the Delta episode, they fight in the Destiny Deoxys movie. They are rivals through and through. But why do they fight so much? Well, they actually each have their own reasons for fighting, and Deoxys' reasons have a lot more depth than you'd think.
Oh, right, and by the way, I'm Debbie.
Oh, and I'm Darx.
And we're identical twins who deduce and discuss games we adore. If you think we might be onto something, you could show your support with a like and maybe a subscribe if you want.
Or if you think we're out of our minds, tell us in the comments below. Now let's start with the legendary Pokemon of the skies, Rayquaza. Quaza? How do you say? Well, anyways, this used to be this is Dark speaking by the way, favorite Pokemon as a kid. Though the Ninja Frog, Psychic Cat, and literal sleep paralysis demon has taken its place for a while now.
I like the bunny, cat, and the hat. That's Devi speaking, they're my favorite.
Oh, and what are your guys' favorite Pokemon? Tell us your top 3 absolute favorite Pokemon in the comments below. That'd be really cool to read. Well, anyways, the Emerald Box legend still holds a place in my heart. And this Pokemon is a protector of sorts. Throughout Rayquaza's history, it has stopped meteors from striking the Earth, and stopped Kyogre and Groudon from fighting over the Earth's ecosystem. But why fight Deoxys? Well, this could have to do with its theme of being very alien by nature. It makes sense. An alien invader comes from space, and the earthly protector comes in to save the day. And Rayquaza stops meteors. This thing comes in a meteor. For Rayquaza, it's that simple. But for Deoxys, not so much. Deoxys could just run away, but instead it confronts Rayquaza every time. It's like it has a grudge. But why? And let's not forget about the Earth itself. When Deoxys famously approaches the Earth as a meteor, it has full intent on crashing into it. Thankfully, it stopped about the trainer and Rayquaza, so it seems to have a grudge against the entire world as well. But again, why? Why does it harbor so much anger towards Rayquaza and the Earth? And this is where we need to take another look at Minior. Now that we've established where Deoxys comes from, Minior can help us understand why it acts this way. From their Pokedex entries, we know that both Rayquaza and Minior live in the ozone layer. But we also know that Minior become food for stronger Pokemon, and that when they try to run away, they crash down to Earth. And look at Rayquaza's other entry. It consumes meteorites for sustenance. Now things are starting to add up. Deoxys always looked so angry to us. The way its eyes dilate as if full of rage, and the way it throws itself against something so much more powerful than it. It seems desperate. Deoxys is trying to get revenge. This was once a Minior, and it lived with its kind peacefully in space. But Rayquaza couldn't tell the difference between these Pokemon and the average meteoroid floating in space. And when Rayquaza needed to feed to store energy, the Minior were its victims. They were helpless to stop Rayquaza from destroying their lives. Some were eaten, some were able to fall and escape,
But some weren't so lucky. Some were hit by that stray blast from the ultimate weapon. A weapon built by AZ, a human, aiming to satiate his own thirst for vengeance. And now the cycle of vengeance continues, as Deoxys, fueled by the rage from Rayquaza's destruction, fueled by the sadness of its life being mutated and altered forever by the selfishness of humanity, and fueled by the loss of its family, Deoxys now seeks revenge on both the Earth and Earth's protector. And yes, we say that some Minior were hit by the ultimate weapon. There's more than just one Deoxys out there, and for those of you who saw the 7th Pokemon movie, Destiny Deoxys, then you might already have an idea where we're going with this. Because this movie introduced a second Deoxys. One not fueled by anger or aggression. One more docile and calm. One with a different color core than the purple core Deoxys we are used to. This is the Deoxys with the green core.
It was the year 2004 when the 7th Pokemon movie, Destiny Deoxys, was released in Japan. This was a Gen 3 movie that centered around a Deoxys with a purple core, who crash-landed on Earth holding a green core. Deoxys was too close to Rayquaza's territory and a battle ensued. Nearby, a research expedition run by Professor Lund was mixed up in the chaos. Professor Lund's young son Tori was caught in the middle of a stampede of Pokemon who were running away from the clash between Deoxys and Rayquaza. The Deoxys was destroyed and its purple core was left behind. Meanwhile, Tori was left traumatized, and the expedition team took the green core back with them to La Rose City to study it. Many years pass and we see the arrival of Ash and friends in La Rose City as they continue their journey. They meet an older Tori who had developed a fear of Pokemon due to the incident when he was young. After some time, it's revealed that Tori had made a secret friend in the form of a holographic green energy, which was revealed to be the spirit of a second Deoxys that came from the green core. At this time, the purple core Deoxys had regenerated and began terrorizing the city in search for its friend. It swarmed the city with clones and trapped everyone in a force field, leading to Rayquaza sensing the chaos and going on the attack, which then led to a rematch between Rayquaza and the purple core Deoxys. Eventually, the green core Deoxys was revived, and it stopped the purple core Deoxys from landing a fatal blow to Rayquaza. However, all this chaos led to a city-wide glitch, causing the robot helpers to go berserk and swarm the city. The two Deoxys tried saving the Rayquaza from being trampled, but got caught in the robot mass themselves. Eventually, they pull through, and the two Deoxys, along with Rayquaza, help save the city.
This movie was a Pokemon classic and had such a cool alien invasion theme to it with some fun new characters. And the key point to take from this movie is that the green core Deoxys was friendly to humans. As soon as the purple core Deoxys arrived in the city, it immediately took the aggressive route in finding its friend. It doesn't trust humans, but while the green core Deoxys was taking time to regenerate, it got to learn how caring and thoughtful humans can be, thanks to Tori. And this is why it even protects the Rayquaza and stops the purple core Deoxys from rampaging. It doesn't want any more fighting. It wants to leave peacefully with its friend. Both these Deoxys share the same fate, but their reactions are completely different. And this makes sense, as all Pokemon are different on the inside, and as far as the two Deoxys go, they were once two Minior. Two friends, a green Minior and a purple Minior, matching exactly with the core color of the Deoxys they would later become. But who's to say they are the only ones out there? Until this movie was released, we had always thought there was one Deoxys. But of course, that isn't the case. Deoxys isn't the result of a single instance of random mutation somewhere in space. No, there are more out there. More Minior that were mutated by the ultimate weapon's laser. AZ didn't just end the war. He changed the lives of these innocent Pokemon forever. The purple and green core Deoxys are the only ones we've seen so far, but the world is a large place, and space is even more vast, and there's a whole rainbow assortment of Minior. So perhaps other Deoxys with these colored cores are out there as well. Some may seek peace like the green core, and some may seek vengeance like the purple core. But we do know one thing for certain. They're lost and searching for their family, searching for the other Minior whose lives were completely altered when AZ's ultimate weapon turned them into Deoxys.